Today we're going to make cat and dog food off-grid. We start out with some ground beef, and I've also added water. Not too much, but we don't want to overcook this by any means. And any fat that escapes, we want to at least end up in the water. We want to utilize all the fat. Cats and dogs need fat, and they don't want it too cooked either. Just enough to warm it up and maybe very lightly browning it. At this point I turn it off completely and I'm just going to flip everything, and you can see that's what we're looking for. Just a light browning. And then we dump it in the bowl with the water again that has captured any fat. Next I have a piece of liver. I've cut it up into like 1/4 inch squares, and I've mixed the liver in with the ground beef. They love it pure when it comes to liver. They love liver. It's one of their favorites. But you don't want to give too much pure liver. It's almost too nutritious. I'm going to give a little to the cat because I know that she wants it pure. Cats are purists, and you can see she's very excited. Sometimes if I add the next few ingredients, she'll be unhappy. So I always make sure to give her a little bit at this stage. But here I've added an egg, a whole raw egg. That's the next part of the formula. And here I have a couple beef chunks, specifically hearts. Here I'm going to throw some hearts in there for her. And you can see she loves the hearts also. Again, the purist. Really preferring things raw. And he's waiting. He knows the routine. Now we're going to mix this egg up in with the beef hearts, the ground beef, and the beef liver. All of these are just super dense organ meats, except for the ground beef, which is providing more fat. And next we're going to add a little bit of eggshell powder, and a little touch of milk also, or half and half, whatever. And these are going to add some calcium in there. Calcium is like a electrical mineral, essentially, very important. And I make my own calcium. Here I've given her some of this now, and she's actually enjoying it. But sometimes when I mix the egg in, she's not happy, but she is today. So we continue, and then I'm going to add a final ingredient for the dog. I wish I could add it for the cat, but he's not going to like it. Or it just, cats again are picky. So the dog definitely gets the cod liver oil. And so now we've added fish, essentially. Fish liver oil, cod specifically. And here we go. He's very excited. Sometimes I mix it up, and sometimes I leave all the ingredients kind of separate, just to make it more interesting. But he's very happy. Really nutritious, better than anything in a can or a bag. And really, I've been experimenting for years with my animals and really reversing conditions, creaky joints and stiff motion. Here we go, everybody's happy after eating. And we can see my small kitchen. And here's my refrigerator. So I keep all these meats in little Ziploc bags in this refrigerator. And all this is powered by 3 batteries. You can see the batteries here, and 3 solar panels, 600 watts in total. And this is also a 4th battery. What I do is I steal a little bit from my main batteries and funnel it into that other battery, and that one runs my fridge. So even if I totally ran out of power in a snowstorm, I would still have full power. And here what we're seeing is my other cats, and I feed them the same thing. So I thank you for joining me today. I hope you've learned something from this how to feed your pets natural food. Have a blessed day.